gathered together from the cosmic reaches of the universe, here in this great hall of justice.
Hey, toy fans, welcome to our Toy Addictions, your source for what was then, what's now, and it's about to be in the world of toys. From Atco to Veliverse, we talk about it all. There's something for everyone in our coffers of toy joy, so without further ado, let's talk little plastic people and things. I'm Matt, producer of this trip down the toys rabbit hole. To my right, your host and wacky lover of all things, Bobby Vella, Aaron of 6 Inch. And across the table, your favorite seller of everything, Scalpor. Let's hit it.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are we doing?
Morning, sir.
Get the mic down here into speaking range.
Yes.
Scalpor.
Yes. I like that.
Cheers, everybody.
I'll sell you, He-Man. Spit take.
Big time spit take. I almost spit take all over my
Nice.
freaking computer.
And it's beer, too. We're wasting it.
Anyway, we are our Toy Addictions. Look for us on your favorite podcasting platform: Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Podchaser, Amazon Music. We are also on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Check us out there. We got some local ToyCon news coming up. Chi-Con, May 20th, 2023, 4750 South Vernon Avenue in McCook, Illinois, 60525. For you folks using your GPS, that's from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. that day. I don't know if there's an early bird or not. If you get a chance to talk to Richie Sandoval down at Midwest Collectibles. If you need any other information, that's midwest.collect1@gmail.com. You should get back to you right away, I would think. That's going to be sponsored by Mr. Wayne's Pop Culture Collectibles out in Westmont. And disc replay of Orland, Downers, and Countryside. We also got the Chicago Toy Show coming up next weekend, as a matter of fact, the 23rd of April.
423.
Yes, that's going to be from 8 to 3 in the morning at the King County Fairgrounds in St. Charles. We'd like to see you there.
St. Chuck.
St. Chuck. Great show, lots of vendors.
Yes.
Lots of buildings. Real easy to spend an entire day there and still not
paycheck.
and still not. Yeah, that's right.
Can't believe.
And walk away very, very broke.
I can't believe what you just did.
What?
You put the Invisible Man behind everything so you can't see it.
Boom.
Turd.
Boom.
I'm like, son of a bitch, you got me. I was like, you can't
That's
see
funny.
the Invisible Man. Oh, wait a minute, he's invisible.
That's funny.
Glad I could point that out for you. We didn't even plan that.
I did.
I just noticed
I
that.
put it behind there purposely.
I know you did, and you didn't tell me either. You just knew I'd figure it out at some point. Good
All right,
move.
we got
Good
Motu
move.
on the agenda today.
Yeah, we're gonna get off the Hasbro.
It's
shit
not even
list.
just Motu.
Get
It's
on the
just
Motu shit list.
it's just a general topic.
Yeah, it's kind of toys. But
I mean,
we got
we're
a
gonna
couple things to base it on.
so Motu.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Motu is the basis, though.
it's the basis because of what they did a few 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. That was before, so it was about 3 weeks. They had a reveal, and they just puked out
They had a lot.
a year of. It was just so much. When I pre-ordered everything, and it's still like I'm still missing 4 or 5 figures. It was like $750.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered. So
God, I thought he had the record on that one. I guess
I've got this all under control. Remember, I don't collect toys anymore. I'm picking and choosing.
picking and choosing
a lot.
Star
lately.
Wars, Indiana Jones.
I'm picking everything and choosing a lot.
So yes,
I used to just walk into Target and be like plastic, and then just walk out.
I think I'm the only one that's actually slowed down, but that's because I'm broke.
Well, I was ordering this shit. I'm like, wait, this is what Aaron does: 3 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, 3 of him, 4 of him, and I'm like, well, I do need them because they're troop builders.
Yeah, army builders.
You know, I got the snake troopers in my loots. I got then I'm ordering Squeeze. He has long arms.
Yeah.
So I ordered 2 of him.
Is he a snake guy?
He's a Bendum.
He's a Bendum. He's a snake guy. But they said what you could do is you could take his arms off and put him on the snake troopers.
The snake troopers.
And then the snake troopers have long arms, and I'm like, I
Those
need
the
to
same
buy
troopers
more
that
so
are
I
literally horde troopers, but with different heads.
can. They are the guard troop, the guards.
those, yes.
Yeah, and they're green.
Eternian Palace guards.
Yes.
That's right.
So I got 2 of them, so I could have 4. I got 2 of the packs of the. I got 3 of the 2 packs of skeleton.
Skeleton
troopers.
warriors.
Yes.
Okay.
So I pre-ordered a lot, and that's just the Origins, not including the Masterverse.
All right. Just a rough number in your head.
Uh-huh.
Guess.
6.
You said you ordered about $750.
Yeah,
If you would have just gotten one of every unique figure, what would that cost have been?
about 550, 600.
Okay. So
About.
there's still a lot of other unique things.
There's
that you
still
got.
a lot of unique things. Yeah, there is a lot going on right now. And that was my topic today that I wanted to present to you guys. Do you like how Hasbro does it? And I see texts every 3 to 5 weeks. Hey, Hasbro's revealing the new concepts, and then 5 weeks later, Hasbro's revealing the new pre-orders. The 5 weeks later, Hasbro's revealing our future orders, and so, or do you like?
And that's just for classified.
That's just for classified,
Yeah.
and then they have other reveals. So they do
have,
it in steps.
They do like three or four separate ones. They do one for their 2 main lines, which is
they do the name.
one for Transformers and one for classifieds.
Yeah.
But then they also do one for like their
But for classified, there's
Lab and crap like that.
Yeah.
there's an extra step for the classifieds. Well, they'll do a name drop first.
Yes.
Hey, we're working on
This,
Captain
this, and
Gridiron,
this, yeah.
General Hawk version 2. Then about 3 months after that, you'll start to see digital renders of the figures. Then after that, you might see the physical reveal, and then they'll
Yes.
go for pre-order.
But you see
then-
steps. They actually have
Yeah.
reveals. They actually have.
Yeah, it's like every 3
live-
months you've got something new on the figure, like
Yes.
from the name reveal to the time that like they're are ready to ship, which is usually about a year.
Right, it's about a year.
Yeah.
So it seems like with Mattel, they keep everything hush hush until you're going to buy it.
I think Mattel has
you know what
recently
the
bought
cool-
stock
Until
in
something leaks.
You know what the neat thing about Mattel and what they've been doing though is they've been doing the occasional, like these last 2 figures they did. They've been doing the occasional drop, like 2 or 3 weeks prior, but then the figure is immediately available.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
that
did
was
He
kinda
Skeletor this past week. Yours delivered today. Mine was en route, but it seems like it's held up somewhere. So we were thinking we're pre-ordering these things. My Frogmonger,
That's
took
what
a
I
month
thought.
and a half to get, 2 months to get, which is fine. But I didn't expect them to ship that quick.
I didn't expect it to ship that fast at all.
It was like my
I
Indiana
mean,
Jones
really.
figures. I ordered them on Thursday. They literally showed up on my porch at 10:05 on Friday.
They revealed half this stuff. I already got 4 or 5, 6 figures like within a week, and I'm like, oh crap! I hope I don't have to spend $700 in the next month because then I have to cancel some of these.
Yeah.
But so a question for you guys: do you like? Oh, it's Tuesday. That's when
Yeah.
He-Man, or that's when classifieds get revealed, or the next step, or do you like what Mattel did and just said, here it is, pre-order what you want, pick what you want, pre-order it all, have fun, but it's coming out in May, July, August, September, and December. Here's what's coming out, but it's all here.
I'll let you answer first because
Mattel has been kind of on the ball.
I
with-
love what they're doing, and not because for some reason the love for this line has like been rejuvenated the last 6-8 months since doing trades and acquiring a lot of this, and this is what I really played with when I was younger.
Right.
So I maybe I'm partial to Mattel, but I really like. And I'll let you finish your thought in a second, but I like their marketing and I like their.
I think they're not doing a bad
they don't have
job.
Emily on their
No.
marketing team. So
as soon as Emily comes over, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm going to classified.
that's going to be a shit
Matt-
show now.
Yeah,
Aaron, you wanna trade?
Write him a letter. Yeah, you just screwed yourself out of
I'm
about
tired of holding
$1,000
back.
worth of Motu stuff.
The worstly.
But
marketed.
I think what they're doing is the right thing to do. I mean, like this frog guy, they announced him
It's Monger, but go
or
ahead.
whatever.
Respect.
Frog guy. Frog gore.
I'm the picker and chooser of the Masters of the Uterus line. So
Did you
anyway,
say
this-
Masters of the
this-
Uterus?
Masters of the
I heard
was in the-
Masters of the Uterus.
I was in the middle of a chuckle. So eat me. Anyway, but anyway, this figure over here that you got out, the frogmonger.
I can't get it out of my head.
No, they announced him. You put in your order,
Yeah.
and you got him right around the time slot that they put out that he was going to show up.
Yeah. Into March.
End of March, and that's when you
And
got
I
him.
literally
No, as a
got him
matter
at the
fact,
end of March.
You literally got him like the end of the third week of March, if I remember right.
I think so. Yeah. In the
Yeah.
third week, first.
And
week,
this
yeah.
this
think you
he
got him right
the
before
he
I left.
Skeletor that just hit.
They didn't give a timeline.
They announced him. What, a week ago? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I think he was part of the whole 2 or 3 week.
And
thing.
then they
Yeah.
said when they were going to put him up for sale, they didn't say anything about pre-sale, nothing.
No, they just said
I put my order in, and the damn thing shipped the next day. I didn't expect that at all. I
Now-
was in this land this world of pre-orders. I didn't
you-
expect him to ship at all.
Do you think?
But I mean, they're sitting on my porch right now, so it's crazy.
yeah.
yeah.
I think
Do you
Mattel has
think,
really
though-
got. They really got.
This line is dead though. By the way,
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. April.
Yeah.
classified
You got,
as
like,
it's
2 more
ramping
weeks
up,
Do you think though that
and you can't get
'Cause
shit.
That's why they're sitting on Walmart shelves collecting dust.
when Mattel pre-orders went up when the line first came out,
Uh-huh.
it was like, all right, arrival summer 2021.
Yeah.
Now it's like you don't know when they're coming, but signs point to you're going to order it. You're going to get it like in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you think
they got their
that-
shit together so
do you,
far?
But do you think that they took a cue from Hasbro in the way that Hasbro lays their stuff out, and everybody complains about it? It's like, look, we got to do it the other way and just see if it's a better way to do it.
I totally think that their marketing team has seen what Hasbro's got going on, and they're like, no, we got to make the changes.
Yeah.
We have to. We got to get this stuff out there when we say we get this stuff out. Have to get this stuff out there, otherwise we're going to wind up in the same boat as Hasbro. We can't have that.
Well-
Now, I really think that their marketing team is doing what they need to do in order to get their stuff on the market.
And I think they learned from Matty Collector how this is supposed
I think
to
they
and
learned
not
big
supposed
time
to.
from Matty
Because they're like,
Collector.
okay, and everything
Yeah.
good comes to an end eventually. This line will end. Classifieds will end. Just like,
Well,
just like
it's
the
only going
25th
to end because they're going to
anniversary.
run out of characters to make. Now, if they decide
No,
to,
dude, they will have thousands of characters.
I don't know.
If they want to do what Classified did,
Yeah,
they
but
will
the-
have. They could sit another 5 years. I'm just.
Oh, yeah.
4 or 5 characters
Right.
every few months.
Yeah, but there's a finite storyline. Like
There
they're not
is.
still developing new.
They're not.
You know,
the-
even if they
well,
dig into the comics and they dig out people that they've never made before.
they
from
got
a-
the new line going now, the new comic.
Yeah.
But that's one story once a month, so you
Right.
can't have 15 new characters in every
Right.
month.
That's
So,
not. Yeah, that's not how they do it.
But no, I agree. They're gonna end. Something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's just gonna end. Just
I would
like
s-
Star Wars. It's gonna end.
It's
You
gonna,
could pick
it's gonna fall
background
out.
characters
Yeah,
out.
It's going to fall off the cliff just like every line does. I mean, it's really,
I think
it's going
Origins
to.
would. I think Masterverse will last longer because Masterverse picks from all of the different He-Man stories.
Oh
all
yeah,
the
you got the
different versions.
movies. You got the other.
2000X. You
Yeah.
got the original line. You've
Well, I
got
think
stuff from the
Origins has
comics.
probably still got one more, at least. God, they still got at least 10 or 20 more characters to pop out, don't they?
From the toy line, yeah. But you could still dig back from some of the character art figures that were never produced, like the one.
Well, they still have to do the 2 rock guys, Rock On and
Rock off.
Yeah,
Rockton and
yeah,
Rumble
Rock
Tumble.
Fun.
I don't know what the fuck
Yeah.
his name is.
Rumble.
But
Bumble.
no, there's a
Boldar.
lot that Boldar.
Is it Boldar? Probably is.
Boldar and
he goes with
Rockton.
the other Dar brothers, Juan and Cole.
But yeah,
2 Rs.
there's
Granite guy.
still
Granite
a
guy.
lot of stuff. I mean, they don't have. They have 2 Randors, but they don't have the Queen yet.
Yeah,
I mean,
Queen
they could
Marlena?
stick in the pick,
but see, I don't think they ever made Queen Marlena as a toy initially.
but she was in the cartoon a bunch of times.
Right.
Or
But see,
if they want to go cartoon, so
and that's
however
where they make
wanna
the
work
line
it.
go. Because
Yes.
if you're
I
just
don't think they ever,
remaking the
did
toys,
they ever make her in the original line?
I don't think
No.
they.
They
I
had
think
one of her. They had one of her for the.
they were going
classics,
to
I thought.
initially.
They did,
So
yes.
I read something that the initial Eternia set like never really got made. There's only a handful out there from like pre-pro,
Uh-huh.
and she was supposed to come with the Eternia set.
Oh, that's
or
interesting.
maybe not the Eternia set. Maybe they were supposed to make a Castle Eternia where like King Randor and
See,
Prince
now
Albert-
that's what I heard. They were supposed to do a castle.
Yeah, they're supposed to do
Eternia.
a castle set, and she was supposed to come with that, but it never got funded, or it the line died before they made it.
Yeah, it was
So
like right at the tail end.
I think there was
before it
concept of the
was
toy
80,
out there, but
it was in the late 80s, I think.
Yeah.
Is when it was supposed to.
yeah, like it was like after the Rockman. It was,
And
after
then they
Granite
realized
dying.
they already have 3 play sets or 4 play sets, so they can't have any more.
Right. Yeah, because back then
I think
kids
if
didn't need that many
if the
playsets.
Eternia playset would have come out like earlier than it did,
Uh-huh.
I bet it would have done a lot better.
Yeah. Oh, probably for sure.
I am itching.
It was
to get
expensive
one.
back then, but I bet it would have done a lot better.
Every toy line back then was trying to come out with their own USS flag.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. You're
No,
was
I
a holy
agree.
grail
I
of
totally
toys.
the
agree with
holy
that.
grail of
That was
the-
a holy grail of
your
toys,
ta-
and
this
to a
is
lot
your
of people
table.
today, it still is.
and then you put all your toys on the table.
No, I
That's-
totally agree with that. That's a good point. Very
Yeah.
good point.
What was
these
what was
days.
Joe's? Oh, you got the flag. You got Eternia. What was Transformers? Unicron? He wasn't that big though. Not like he is today.
He was Unicron was going to be the big one,
Is it Megaplex?
but
or
he
whatever?
was
that one that you've been looking
Excuse me.
Metroplex.
no. The more flagship figures only came out in Japan, like
The big
Overlord
ones?
and Diatlas.
But they never had a set where you just put it on it. Like Eternia and the flag took up this table. This is where the kids played. They came over and they played on this table.
No, I mean a lot of what Transformers didn't come out until later. Which I mean,
Okay.
like the Generations line, Metroplex was the first one.
was the first
I mean, yeah.
huge Titan.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the first real flagship piece for the Transformers line was the original Fort Max, which was actually 2 feet high. But
Okay.
there should have been more Titan type
Size.
figures.
Okay.
There were, I mean, Metroplex. He was only 11.5 inches high. He should have been. As a matter of fact, in the continuity, Metroplex is bigger than Fort Max.
Wow.
Really?
So yeah, he's actually like 2 or 3 times the size. He's an entire city.
Oh.
He's just a huge
Just a
battle station.
Battle station. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Metroplex is an entire city. So
Yep.
I mean, you got so yeah. With my closet toy line that I don't collect.
Your Golden Girls.
No, my
Oh, Thundercats.
Thundercats. They had the big
They had the castle.
the castle.
Yep.
So yeah, toy lines wanted that
yeah,
centerpiece that you spend the $600, the $500. What was the flag back then? $500.
no, God, it was only like the flag was only like
$200.
$125.
That was not that much.
No, $125. I swear to
Seriously?
God. It was not that much at all.
Oh.
Now they resell for $4,000. It's called an investment.
Shit, yeah, in the box, probably 8
We
or
had
9.
this conversation, not to get off topic, last night at a wedding anniversary, and they were talking about they have this Hulk 181, they have this. I said, I looked at my wife and I said, if I can spend the $1,000 5, 6, 7 years ago, we would have $15,000 in the bank. I said it's an investment.
$109. Did you see that?
$109.
The original flag was $109.
But $109 was probably $500.
All
back
right.
in
So
the
when we
80s.
develop that time travel machine, I'm taking the first $120 I have and going and buying that fucker.
and then put it into a case and then let it sit.
And I mean the last one that I saw that was in a sealed box was at the 2015 Joe convention that we went to in Springfield,
Yeah.
and the guy wanted $5,500 for it.
yeah.
That was 7 years ago.
And I bet you it's 9 or 10 now.
Oh, it's pretty. It's
easy.
almost $9,000 or $10,000 now.
So if you bought it it's 8 years ago, you would have doubled your money already.
If you could find one, there's actually a couple of them that are graded out there
That's
that are
crazy.
hitting 25, 30,000.
So here you go.
That's insane.
So
Yeah.
Action Figure 411, that's the list thing that I use for my figures, right?
Yeah.
It aggregates costs and prices, sell prices off of eBay. Right now, the average price based on the last auction sold is $3,332 for a flag.
That's loose and complete.
yeah.
Like with the
That's loose.
with General Flags.
Loose is just not. in the
I'm sorry.
box.
With Keel Hall's cup and everything.
Dude, this is saying $89.99. It retailed for in 1985.
$90.
The only one I
hunk of
ever
chunk.
the
That
only
hunk
one I
comfortably
ever
say
saw
$100,
The
yeah.
only one I ever saw at retail was the Toys R Us in Joliet for $110 or $120.
Really?
Yeah, that was the only one I've ever seen at retail.
So we're sitting about 3,300 because I could see the big.
Yeah,
the big
somebody
point.
sold
Look at-
one for
I was gonna
10
say,
grand.
look
There's your
at-
COVID. There's your COVID prices.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
July.
June of
Everybody's getting all
21.
the-
Yeah,
Everybody's
yeah.
getting all their checks. They're like, we're gonna spend money.
Yep.
So it's sitting around $3,000. It goes down to 12. It goes back up to 3. So if you're buying them last year, September, October, you're gonna double your money because you're at $1,200 to $1,500. Now they're at 33.
Everything's starting to climb again.
No, if you bought it for 100 and you sold it for 1,000, you 10
No.
times.
What I'm saying is, if you bought it last year, my birthday of 22, if I bought one for $1,300, because that's what they dip to,
Yeah,
I double my money
You
now.
can double your money on it. Yeah,
But that's the crazy thing though. So you got to have the money to buy it and not want to sell it right away because you're not going to flip anything.
Well, the big money on the flag is the piece parts. Believe it or not,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's people out there that will sell the box for $2,000 if it looks good.
it's got a microphone that you like talk into that doesn't always work.
That's the
Shit,
one
that little cup that
that comes with Admiral Keelhaul.
that Admiral Keelhaul comes with.
Yeah.
If you can find that, and it's actually because people are molding them now.
Yeah.
If you can find
Yeah.
that and it's actually original, $800-900. Stupid,
Wow.
absolutely stupid.
Wow.
It is like the hardest piece to find on that particular.
Which was
on
which
that
was awesome
particular
because
toy. It's the first thing lost. I mean,
So-
come on, it's only that big.
So is Mattel doing that? And now we're getting a little off subject, but is Mattel doing that with Eternia and the WCW stage
the Nitro stage
from
yeah.
what they're doing now? Are you buying an investment piece that, as a collector, because my child is not going to have $1,000
The wrestling,
play sets.
the wrestling thing, I don't think so. I bet you the attorney, a lot of people keep it in the box.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be willing to bet you a lot of people keep it in the box.
They will. They will keep it in a box, and they'll double their money.
People that don't keep it in the box are going to be people
Well,
that
I mean, that's
have
gonna be the-
rooms
that's-
of
Yes.
Eternia stuff.
If I
That's-
didn't
that's
have
gonna be
this
the-
room and this was my table and I bought it, that's where Eternia would be. In
Yeah.
this room with this display, and Eternia would be here.
Dude, I'll put my laptop on the first floor. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't need to be seen and block me out. I don't give a shit. I mean,
But-
it's going to fall in the giant hole in the middle of the table.
Where's Aaron of 6-inch? I can hear him, but I see his hand.
But so I don't see
It's like,
Hasbro.
where's Waldo?
Yeah. Start wearing red striped shirts.
Hasbro had it years ago with Galactus, Unicron. What was another? The Sentinels. So they have these big items,
Jabba
but
sail barge.
Jabba's sail barge is a big one. And the Mandalorian. That's not
The
as
Razor
big.
Crest, yeah.
That's just a
It's still a
regular
cool piece,
size.
though.
It's a cool piece, but it's a regular
Yeah.
size vehicle. It's just all the.
I think it's about the same
bits.
size-ish as like the Millennium Falcon. So
Yeah.
if you do the Falcon right, you get like that big one that you
Yeah.
had from like 97 or 98, whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's
Oh,
like
07.
that.
Yes.
It's really
Yeah, it's
It was-
pretty
yeah,
good.
it was
It's
a
pretty-
nice
I've
size.
seen a couple unboxings. It's pretty good size.
It is, but it's not this huge, giant.
It's not a 5-foot-long aircraft carrier.
Correct.
No,
that's,
dude. That thing was 7.5 feet long.
that's insane.
It was 7.5 feet long. It was almost 4.5
Oh yeah,
feet
it was like
wide.
it was like 92 inches long. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
But
you could launch Sky Strikers off.
But
of
that's
that
the thing is, it was good for so many stuff. You could literally use it as a playset, to which you could take jets off, on it.
you could
But
have
it also,
all your vehicles.
But it also
had-
had the tower on it, so you could literally just use it as a base / playset.
Yeah.
One of the reasons, when they were talking to a lot of adult collectors in an interview I was reading a few years back, one of the reasons why a lot of parents didn't pick it up for their kids is because they had
No room.
nowhere to put it.
Yes.
Nowhere
Yeah.
to put it. The kids that got it were the kids with parents that were somewhat well off, that actually had basement areas that they turned into play areas.
Not
for
that
their
a
kids.
parent couldn't pay $100 for this.
No.
A lot of parents could pay $100.
No, I mean,
Dude,
well,
I got
for-
$200 worth of
in
GI Joe
80
vehicles every year for
Think
Christmas.
about that. I mean, in
Yes,
'85,
yes.
in '85 money though. Think about that. That's $500-600.
It is. But I got TVs, I got video games, and the video game systems were not cheap. They were. I was watching some YouTube videos at $500, $400 for an. It's like
I got lucky for my birthday one year. My mom bought me a Nintendo in '86, I think it was. I mean, and it was still $100. That was a lot of money for us.
$100.
back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of money, and she was. I begged for it and begged for it, and she bought it for me.
Somehow they do. Parents do good, but you're right. It's the space. That's why these things aren't flooded.
It was
and that's
all
why
the
they're-
space. I mean, every answer I came across, it had everything to do with
I don't have nowhere to
where
put
the
it.
hell was I going to put it?
a 7-foot toy.
I mean, yeah, I had.
I'm
the,
already bitching
I
that
had
their
the Sky
G.I.
Striker.
Joes
I
are
had
on the
nowhere to
floor.
put that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the Moray. I had no. That thing had to stay in the bottom of the pool because
Yeah. The Moray. I remember the Moray.
but
I
what
never had the
what
Moray.
what is your thought? So do you look
So
at this and
there's
say
a couple things
like
there's a couple
Mattel is
ideas
like,
I have.
boom, this is like fucking awesome, and I want to do this, and I want to know all year what I'm gonna buy, or oh my God, do I need to buy this? Because I have anxiety when this shit comes out. I have anxiety because I'll buy this, I'll buy that. I don't care. I collected Menosaur.
Yep.
If I miss a piece, I'll find the one leg for $40 if I have to, and that's okay.
Yeah,
when it comes out
my
to
patience
this,
came into play on that one.
and it does, and it's like, okay, but when this stuff comes out, because I am so complete to like 97%, there's a few pieces that I'm not going to touch.
Yeah.
It's like, I need this because if I miss out, because the line is getting so thin and there's always that rumbling, this is the last. These runs are so thin. That's why I sit online at work and I buy these Mattel creation pieces, or I'll buy something. It's like, okay, I need all of this. I'm not losing sleep because I'm an adult, but Moss Man is stressing me the F out.
Right.
Because when is this thing going to freaking drop?
Well, I think
Duplico
Yeah.
is stressing me the F out.
I think
because the $400 prices are down to $100 because people see that Walmart's going to grab it. But Walmart, when are you going to list it?
right.
I need this, and I want to give you my $20. Freaking list it.
See, and that's the thing is, there's a few aspects. So I'm going to kind of maybe just ramble on for a few minutes here, but I'm going to try to hit a whole bunch of points. So I think part of it is, when the He Skeletor came out, you put the pre-order in. Damn, you're going to get that figure now. That's kind of giving you the feels like you had back in the 80s, like you walk into Toys R Us. Holy shit, it's on the shelf.
See, that's
you buy it.
just
Yeah.
quick interruption.
So-
That's the thing. They didn't actually market as a pre-order.
They
They
didn't.
just
It's just
they
order.
marketed it, and then that's it. It's shipped out.
Yeah,
They
there's a
didn't say
difference when
they
it
didn't
says
say-
pre-order and add to cart.
Right.
Anybody
they
who
didn't
shops on
s-
Hasbro Pulse knows that.
Yeah, they didn't say they
So-
did not say a thing.
So you
man.
get that feeling, and that's an awesome feeling. That's why we collect. You want to walk
Yeah.
into the store, find it. Hey, I found it. Yeah, right there. Get it. But there's an aspect to that now, the whole period of time that I went through saying like, oh, I don't collect toys anymore. Like I was able to kind of reset my brain and change my perception of the current toy landscape. I don't mind the way that Classified does it anymore. Because I know that at some point in the future, I'm going to get that amazing looking scrap iron figure and that phenomenal looking torpedo. I'm going to get them
I
at
gotta
some
admit, that
point.
is a nice piece.
I'd love to have those pieces to screw around with right now. But when I go home, I don't really play with my stuff anymore. I still collect toys, and I do enjoy collecting toys. But I don't kind of goof around with my stuff anymore. So maybe that's...
I do.
You don't really do it either. I mean, you put
Right.
them in a glass case, and they stay there.
Yeah.
So
I display my stuff, but
there's a difference there
I
about like
play with it too.
I screw around with a little bit more like lately, but so there's a difference there. You get that instant gratification from Mattel of like, hey, I just got something in on pre-order, but now there's two parts of that. I know as a classified collector, even if something sells out right away, like the scrap iron sold out right away, a week later, hey, we're back in stock. Go get the back in stock. What was back in stock? The entire new wave. So the torpedo and the scrap iron that had sold out was back in stock on Hasbro. Guess what's still in stock as pre-order on Hasbro? None of it's sold out yet. So I know from a Hasbro standpoint, if I miss the first pre-order,
That
I'll
could
get-
be a marketing tactic, though.
whether it is
totally-
or not,
that's FOMO.
totally
whether
think
it
that's
is
a
whether it
tactic.
is or not, I figured it out. Now I'm not sweating so much about like, oh, I got to be available. I got to like make sure I'm not in a meeting or
Yeah.
go to the bathroom at work when these pre-orders come up. Like I don't sweat that anymore. I'm not as nervous about it. But here's the thing with your stuff.
It's gone. It's
If
gone.
you don't get it, that's it. You're on the secondary market now for
Yeah.
sure.
Uh-huh.
So even though Hasbro lays it out over like every 3 months, like first you get the name, then you get the digital, then you get the the in hand, then you get pre-orders. There's a less sense of FOMO for me because I know somewhere down the line I'm going to
You're gonna
find it.
get it,
If I don't get
yeah.
it at Pulse, I'll still be able to pick it up on BBTS. Hasbro they've had to have made some adjustments in quantities because this stuff is available now. Even the last few waves are showing up at stores for a few weeks.
Shipping has actually been moving a lot faster the last 3 or 4 months now.
It has, yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Well, California, I mean, they finally figured out that their shipping lanes, they're not pulling anything down. I mean, there was a few of them that were actually under threat of closing completely.
Yeah.
And and California was fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, their shipping
Can't let
is,
that happen.
yeah, their San
So-
Francisco and LA shipping is
Yeah.
that's
so
their-
the logistics
that's
have
part of
gotten
their
better.
their logistics into that state is their bread and butter.
Yeah. So the
That's where they
logistics
make
of
a
the
lot of tax money.
the logistics of the toy lines have definitely gotten a lot better, and they're easier to deal with. But that's the thing. you had to drop $750 because you don't know if any of the stuff is ever going to go back up for sale. If you want it, you have to get it now.
Yeah.
And you have to commit to that now. Where I think
Like
that
the skeleton troopers are gone.
yeah, where I think that it's worse is if I didn't get on that now, I can't go back and get it. I'm going to have to pay that extra money. But
Yeah.
you start adding up all the things, it's like, dude, I wasn't ready to commit $750 like right now to do that. The thing is, if you're not paying attention to between where it says pre-order and add to cart, and all of it says add to cart, and you're just like, I got to get it, because you're like, if I don't get it now, I'm going to miss out. You just dropped $750 right now that you may not have.
Yeah, and inflation and
Now-
recession, and it's
I
tough.
said I was done
Well,
collecting
does
toys.
Mattel do the same thing that Hasbro does with, or that Pulse does, where they don't charge your card till it ships?
BBTS does not. Entertainment Earth does not charge you.
I don't think
Yeah,
Hasbro
I knew
charges
that.
till they ship.
But does
I think
Mattel do that? don't they?
Mattel will charge you
I was gonna say Mattel
Yes.
charges you right off the bat.
right off
though.
the bat. They take your money,
Okay.
and if
Okay.
it's a month, if it's 2 months,
Even if-
Eternia.
but
I mean,
even if
with
they didn't-
with their crowdfunding, they're not going to charge. They're going to. So if you crowdfunded the Eternia day one, and it was a 45 or 60 day, they're going to hold it, and then they won't charge you. But that last day,
Then they charge
you
you when
know
the
that
crowdfund is
$1,000 is coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even if they didn't charge you right away, the way that they do it, where they release it and they kind of ship it like in 2 days, they're going to charge you in that 2 day window
Yeah.
anyway. So they're
Yeah.
basically charging you right up front.
Yeah.
So if you're ready for it, that's great. But not everybody is.
Not everybody is. Yeah.
So as much as I shit on Hasbro and QC issues, like I like, for me, it works the way that Hasbro does it.
I have a tendency I mean, as much as I hate to, because I mean Hasbro just irks the shit out of me anymore. But as much as I hate to do
Thanks,
it,
Emily.
I bought stuff from Pulse just because they don't charge you right away until it ships, and I know it's going to be a while before stuff comes out. But I have a tendency to go towards BBTS because, I mean, they only charge you $4 for shipping, and you can pile of loot it.
Even if you pay for it, you can let it sit there.
You can pay for it and let it
Yeah.
sit there as long as you pick it up within 90 days or
days,
something
yeah.
like that, which is cool because then you can just, like I said, pile of loot, a bunch of crap, and you pay $4 for them to ship the whole load of shit.
You just have to have the full amount of what's in your pile of loot ready to go at that moment.
Right. The only thing
But
that
you're
sucks
still in
about that is
control.
you usually have to wait a couple of months longer. I mean, or a couple of months longer.
Yeah.
But I mean, if Hasbro winds up dropping it a couple of months early, sometimes BBTS will get their stuff right away, and they'll send you the message it's on its way.
Yep.
We're going to charge your card or whatever. But you still, you don't get charged for it right away. That's why I kind of like doing business with them. But that $4 shipping is just very, very attractive.
And for me, honestly, like I buy enough stuff from Hasbro Direct that the $50 a year for the premium membership is worth it to me.
Yeah, I can't. I don't think
I
I
mean-
could justify anything like, because I mean, I'm doing a lot of the pick and choosing now.
But
Start
here's-
making my own money, maybe.
See, here's where I think it would really work for you, because honestly, like Classifieds really made some course corrections in the fact that like the stuff, even if it sells out right away, it does become available. Scrap iron, Copperhead, Shipwreck never sold out, which I was actually surprised. Torpedo sold out, so like those 3 figures sold out like almost right away. And then a week or 2 later, it's like, hey, guess what's back in stock? I got an email notification about that. I had the first hour to get in and get my figures on order. And those figures are all still available. Every single figure from that wave is still available for pre-order on Pulse. So they've made the corrections necessary to get the quantities needed for that stuff. So they're doing something right there. But I get free shipping. The other bonus too is they had a warehouse clearance sale going on a couple weeks ago. Anybody could partake.
Ah, God, I wish I could have taken advantage.
You would have
of
gotten
that.
30% off of anything. Now that's a $25 figure that you should have gotten for like $16 or $17, I think.
Like I said, I wish I could have taken advantage of that. But
I got 35% off because I'm a premium member. So I bought 2 more. I bought another Tomax and Zaymot, and I bought an extra Sergeant Slaughter. So, and for those 3 figures would typically be like $84. They were $48 for me.
if I'd have thought about it, man, I should have had you grab that Grimlock for me.
So,
That
and guess
Shattered
what?
Glass,
I
but-
didn't pay shipping either. I got 35% off and I didn't pay shipping.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I know I'm going to buy enough stuff over the course of the year that I'm going to get my $50 back in my membership through shipping.
Yeah.
So, so that's just where I come from. Now, there's no premium membership for Mattel where
No,
you get
there's
an
not.
hour window.
Well, there is, but
You're not going to pay for
I'm
it,
not gonna
so
pay
you
for
can't bitch about not getting in on the pre-orders.
and the first pre-order,
Or do they give premium members like an hour window before
No.
it goes to the public? Okay,
you get
so-
like free shipping. You get there's other stupid things. It makes up for it, but it doesn't make up for it.
yeah.
So yeah, there is no bonus to say you're gonna get this. You're gonna get it's. Not a
See,
big
I mean,
deal.
he gets the bonus through Pulse. I think it's a big time thing for me to get stuff through BBTS because of $4 shipping.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Now,
I
if
mean,
you were-
it's just it works for all of us in
Yeah.
different ways.
I
Yeah, you
think
find
it
out what
works
works.
better for Hot Wheels and Barbie collectors on Mattel to get into that because you get free
Yeah.
stuff. You get a Hot Wheel every couple months or your birthday
wow.
or whatever. You get something. So that's where your club price is going to pay
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
As far and infrequent as Motu is, it's not going to help you.
I wish the G.I. Joe Collectors Club was still around. They'd probably put some awesome figures together with like membership
Dude,
premiums.
They put out so much good stuff in their last 2 years. It was amazing. It really was amazing. I'm glad I got rid of most of my 3 3/4 because I had no space for it, man. No space
So,
whatsoever.
I actually realized, aside from maybe like a dozen figures out of the 60 that have been released now for classified, I have 2 of everything
Do you?
except for a handful.
You're welcome. Most of them came from
Well, one of them is Major Blood, but I gave you the other Major Blood. I don't have any of the
But
first...
I gave you a Major Blood too.
Yeah, I gave it to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to keep my $180 Major Blood to myself, all right?
Okay. You just took the $120 one and gave it to me.
No, so like the first wave, I don't have doubles of anybody, but I do have the repros that they did. So I have like the Duke with all the green armor, the Destro. I have 2 Destros, one has a circle, one does not.
Okay.
I've got 2 Snake Eyes, one has the half the Arashikage logo above the visor, one
So
does
you
not.
need something like this where you could just display them
I do.
nicely.
I honestly do.
Okay.
And so here's the thing, though. If I ever did finally get a case down here, that might be one of the things that I would actually do is bring my set over here
Okay.
and display my set in the case.
Yeah.
But then I still got pretty much everybody else sitting in a cardboard box that's sitting in a giant tub with my air chariot and my Serpentor because he's so big he doesn't fit in my friggin' boxes.
Yeah.
And I could still display a lot of nice figures at home. So, like, I just picked up another Rakondo the other day for $10. My third one, because I got one for the set.
Yeah.
I got another one because I wanted the machete holster that he had for a custom I was making of myself.
Okay.
Which I was able to get the machete holster on the leg and then get the flashlight holster over that on
Okay.
the leg. I'll have to bring that figure in a couple weeks. But yeah, I was looking at everything that I have and I'm like, all right, well, I got Tomax's name. Like, obviously I don't have 2 Mindbenders. I don't have 2 Serpentors.
Right.
But yeah, most of the store releases, I have like 2 of everything.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm not done collecting. Picked up another couple of Python bats for like $7.
But if you're
on
really
clearance.
like concentrated on what you like,
That's the thing. Is like I look
That's
for certain
what's-
things. Yeah.
and then I can justify. And you know what's nice? And I was looking at the prices. These He Skeletors are $18. The prices in the stores are $20. I looked at Keldor, the first release
Yeah.
that they had. I remember the day I was at Speedway, and you're like, get online now and get this
Keldor
Keldor.
or Koldar?
Koldar, sorry. You get this Koldar. They're going on pre-order now, so I went in and I bought one. It was a limit of 5. I should have bought 5 because
Yeah.
they're kind of crazy. But I bought one, and he was 17. So 2 years ago to today, it's only $1 difference.
Yeah.
So they're doing really well with their pricing.
So I know it was a few hours. Eventually, the He Skeletor sold out, but that
6 hours total.
it was 6. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is, and I think right now that's maybe the one thing that Mattel has to correct is that like I know because I've paid attention for long enough that if I miss out on the initial pre-sale and a classified, I'll get it later. Worst case scenario, I go to BBTS and they'll probably still have it, but I should get it through Hasbro.
I think they did a pretty smart thing with setting up their servers where you you got to wait a few minutes before your stuff hits the cart.
Yeah.
But it also, because of the algorithm that they're using, it basically tells you whether for sure it's going to hit or not. But it just wants to make sure that it's going to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah, that's interesting.
but I think it pretty much knows when or if you even got a chance of getting them.
No,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So to recap, if we got like a minute or less left. I'm for what Mattel did, and I don't like what Hasbro does because it's anxiety. Like, what's next? What's next? What's next? I know I'm spending $750. I can go to bed at night saying I'm spending $750 throughout
Yeah.
the year, not one chunk throughout the year. That I know what I'm getting, and I
But
know
see,
what.
that's the thing, though. What if they come back in 6 months with another drop like that, and
Then
I'm
I'll
spending
fucking kill
$1,500 a
somebody.
year? So right, and I like the fact that like I feel like I have more control with
You
the
have
way
more
that
control,
Classified
yes.
does it because
The
I have
2
like
or
a bigger
3,
timeline
4,
to cancel
yes.
orders if I want.
That's
so
true.
It for me, the anxiety of getting in on the pre-orders is kind of gone now because I've done it long enough. Like I've ridden enough roller coasters. I don't have anxiety anymore.
What do you think,
So-
Matt? What's your take on either or?
Transformers.
Hasbro, Mattel. I like robots.
I think Mattel's doing a lot of stuff right. I think they are.
Yeah.
I think actually,
Especially canceling the line so quick.
Yeah.
right.
Well,
I
2
think
weeks left.
I think splitting it up the way you said it was being split up though
Yeah.
is a smart idea. I mean, at least you have a general and the way that they've actually kept up with doing things and actually releasing the stuff when they say that's going to be released.
Uh-huh.
You know, I think they're doing it right that way.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, who knows what's going to be like down the road?
I will say this:
But-
when Hasbro does a vendor exclusive, like they do Target exclusive for Python Tiger Force,
Yeah.
they still go up for pre-sale on Hasbro. Where's Moss Man?
Where the hell is Moss Man?
Where is Moss Man?
Jesus.
Mattel's
Walmart's-
got to figure that out.
Walmart's freaking stupid. with
Mattel's got to
this.
figure that out. Yeah,
Stop.
Mattel's, yeah.
It's Target. Target's the way to go, not Walmart.
Yep.
Okay,
But-
we got a couple 3 minutes left. I want to hit.
Yeah.
I just want to hit this thing on. Check out this toy company, Ramen Toy. They've got
He-Man
the
pre-orders.
Ramen Racer here thing here. That's it's got a whole bunch of really good stuff goes with it. They got early bird going for 175 on this right now. It's 1/12 scale. Fits the figures really nice. It's got this thing is really incredibly well done. It's
Dude.
got rechargeable batteries instead
If
of
they
putting
did an
regular
add-on
batteries
of
in it.
Bo and Luke for the Orange Racer, I might be in.
I mean,
on
they're
that.
actually doing a sticker set for that particular. I mean, look at the rims.
Yeah,
It's
they're the
got
original rims.
Yeah, it's got the push bumper,
Yeah.
push bar on the bumper.
I mean, they're doing the Maverick figure. They're doing the heads for the Dolph Lundgren He-Man. They could do Bo and Luke Duke here.
Could.
Yeah, I mean this
Or
this
Daisy.
toy company I think is
I
doing
would actually buy the company. if
these
they did
guys
Daisy.
are
Interesting
are
stuff.
doing some amazing and not only that, but look at the extras packs.
Yeah.
I mean,
$11.
even not on the. I mean, the early bird's $11 a piece, but even not on the early bird, $15.
Yeah, that's a good price.
$15.
Yeah.
They're making their money, but they're not killing
And they're
us.
supposed to be up the interchange pack. They're supposed to be doing some upgrades on that to make it
Yeah.
even more good looking.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Good
they're
stuff.
doing. I think they're doing a great job with.
And then they
this
got
thing.
these 80s
Centurions?
commanders.
The Centurions thing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean those were
Yeah.
awesome toys when we were kids, man. All
Yep.
the interchangeable crap you could stick on them.
He's got a crossbow. How come the original Chewbacca didn't have a
No.
crossbow?
And that
It's the crossbow.
Masterverse head.
Yeah. Very well
They
done.
did.
I'm
they're
interested to
doing
see
a-
what the Origins is going to
Yeah,
look like.
they're doing a great job on that, I think. And this down here, that red
Yeah.
gull wing,
That's
I want
that's
that
yours
so
right
bad.
there.
God, I want that so bad.
I'm probably going to end up going home and ordering this because you're an asshole.
You know what I should do is I should order 4 also for my.
You know what you
my
should
monsters.
do? You should get me a
Shut the F
Michelangelo
up.
Super 7 Ultimate to go with that after I order this.
But yeah, check out the Ramen Toys, man. They got some really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. I mean,
do.
even with the early bird economy U.S. shipping is $50 from China for all of that.
Oh, this is, I didn't see these statues. These are
Because
cool,
you know
man.
why? I mean, if you could, we buy our toys. We're adults. We buy our toys. But if you can't display them properly, then what's the point?
Yeah.
And everybody shut up because my back over behind us is just a fucking pile of mess.
Boxes of toys.
So
Yeah, but their little Mac in
Yeah.
the line they've got other stuff coming out too. There's a I can't remember if it's called a
Silverhawks.
manta or a piranha or something like that. There's something else that they're actually working on.
Yeah.
Check out their Facebook page. There's some great stuff on there,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, they're an up and comer. I'm gonna definitely be keeping an eye on them.
Yeah.
Their Quicksilvers look a lot better than Super 7s.
but they actually have the name, right? Silverhawk.
I think they do.
I think they do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Sweet.
an amazing
Yeah. Just to throw out a reminder, you got ShyCon coming up May 20th, 2023, out in McCook.
I want to go to Chicago Toy Show today when we get out of here.
Oh, you mean the one in not Chicago Toy Show, the one in Lockport? You mean?
Don't play coy. We were recording this the week before. We're going to be out there next week anyway.
Stop it. No.
Hopefully Matt Salinger will
See,
be out there for me.
No, we're going. We're going. It's today.
Yeah, Chicago.
You got to play the game, man.
Chicago Toy Show, April 23rd, King County Fairgrounds, 8 to 3.
You're in reality.
Check it
I'm
out.
breaking the fourth wall.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. It was a great talk, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Autobots,